Let me be as clear as I can be. This hearing is not about the safety and effectiveness of Mifepristone. It is not about protecting the health and well-being of women. The overwhelming evidence from the scientific and medical community is clear and it is unambiguous. Mifepristone is safe, it is effective, and not only has it been proven to safely end the pregnancy, it has been used by women throughout this country and the world to effectively manage a miscarriage. That's not what Bernie Sanders' position is. That's what hundreds of clinical trials and studies in prominent medical journals have found for nearly 3 decades. That's what the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the largest organizations of OBGYNs in America, has found. That's not my view, it's not Patty Murray's view, that's their view. That's what the American Medical Association, representing over 270,000 doctors, have found. That's what the FDA has found for more than a quarter of a century after it approved Mifepristone in the year 2000. Let me ask Dr. Verma a very simple question. We live in a society where everybody here talks about freedom, right? We all believe in freedom. Who should make the decision regarding her own body? Should it be a woman? Should it be the United States Senate, governors, attorney generals? Who should make that decision?
People should be able to make decisions for themselves, guided by their supported by their families, guided by evidence and science. And I do want to highlight again some misinformation that we've been hearing around the source of some of the harm that we're seeing right now. A lot of the cases that we're hearing about are a direct result of abortion bans and restrictions. People are desperate because they cannot get the care that they need in their communities with their trusted clinicians and people in their communities in the way that they need. And that is why we are seeing these cases come up. It is a direct result of abortion bans and restrictions. Access makes people safer.
Dr. Verma, can you speak for a moment about what happens when states limit access to Mifepristone? Can you talk about what it means in a state like Louisiana and many others if women, for whatever reason, want to terminate a pregnancy and have no other options?
Absolutely. Limiting access to Mifepristone, misoprostol, medications that we know are safe and effective takes important evidence-based treatments away from people. And we're seeing, you mentioned Louisiana, we're seeing Louisiana has now made these medications controlled substances. And we're seeing the dramatic impact that that's having on people that need abortion care, that are experiencing miscarriages, and people that are, for example, having postpartum hemorrhages. I've heard from my colleagues in the state and heard from, for example, the Department of Public Health in New Orleans has said this is very much harming people in the state. So, for example, when you have a patient that's having a postpartum hemorrhage, I've been in many of these situations as a doctor that provides care on labor and delivery. I need access to those medications right away. That is a life-threatening emergency. It's one of the leading causes of maternal mortality. I need to be able to access safe medications right away to save that patient's life. And so we're seeing the impact of these restrictions and things limiting access to Mifepristone and misoprostol, not just on patients who need abortion care, but a whole range of care that is life-saving for them.
In other words, essentially what you're saying, 10,000 women a year in Louisiana make a decision, and that decision is overridden by the state legislature rather than their own choice. I think that's unfortunate.